This is 9 to 5 to Rich with stocks. Today I'm going to be talking about the move I just made. I just bought another 50 shares of Microsoft, and we have $63,000 worth of Microsoft right now. $25,000 is my money, as you can see here. Margin used, $35,444.54. And Robinhood gives you a $1,000 gratuity, no tax. So I'm basically paying $34,444 worth of. I'm going to be paying margin on that, and that's $34,444 plus 6.75% minus 34,444 equals 23. Okay, divided by 365, $6.30 a day. Let's say times 14 days is 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm basically paying $200 a month to hold this, which is pretty horrible. But I'm looking to make more than a $200 gain on this. Okay, so potentially, if we go from 419, hold that we do hold this support here, 419. The past 3 months, look at this. This is above. This is under 419, so there's a resistance here that it's holding above. Resistance here, it's holding above, and then right here, the highest 419.14. We're above that on the year to date. 419.14, 417, 413. We're above that. 418.40. We're above that. I mean, it's just but we are under this resistance here, 426. So we're in this kind of range, and let's see what happens when it tries to go around this range. So we went from around roughly 418, kind of where we are now, this resistance. And if we could break this resistance, probably going to retest, 2.5% gain or so. Or, more likely, I think we're bullish, so I think we can come back up here before chopping. I think we could potentially hit like a 430, and if we hit a 430, that's going to be a 3% gain. If I get 3% gain on 63k, plus 3%, that'd be a nice $1,900 swing trade, and that's kind of what I want. I sold a covered call to make $300 in the next 4 days. Although Microsoft, when I'm looking at it, what I just went over, it looks more bullish than I assumed it was originally when I when I sold the option call. So I took a $30 loss on that option call, no problem. $30 compared to $1,900, I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. So right now we're 419. If we don't hold this 419, most likely gonna go back under. We're going to go to 415 support, which is 1% down from here, which is 63,000 minus 1%. It's about $600. Okay. But most likely that would get bought up, and if it didn't get bought up, there's strong support. Probably bounce off here, even like a 410. Let's go to the 3-month chart. Yeah, 410. I was right. 410. That's 2% down from here. But the upside is larger than the downside, it seems, with all the consolidation, because I don't think we're really going to come back down here for a long time. And you can see how this is such a short-term move. When the way it's down, it gets bought up so quickly. You need a serious negative reaction for it to do that. But 410 is possible. 414, probably closer to 415. A 415 is 1% down from here. Okay, I'm down $600 on 63k. It's no big deal, and $100. While we've been talking, I'm up 100 probably off the buy. Averages What is my average? 419. I think my average is about 419.25. So 0.50, like that's like a 0.40 cents, like 40 cents on 150 shares. So we're up like $60, and we're down 30 from that. So yeah, it's still not moving much. This is I'm waiting for it to break out. And the reason why I bought this is because I bought around here, 419, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, previous patterns, and it's like, what do we have here? It's not like this because we weren't breaking down. It was bullish. So we got a large up move here, made a higher high, pretty similar, and look at this. Broke down, came back up, broke down, came back up. Look at this consolidation. More than 3 touch points. Basically 4 touch points, and we're bouncing off that 419 again, and now we're breaking back above. And look at that, we're printing a little bit. There we go, 0.4%. Yeah, back to 420. That's $1. $1 on. It's $150 on 150 shares. So like that $30, the little loss I took. It's all relative to the trades. And look at that. I sold my $500 worth of Ethereum and Dodge. And I'm like, why? I'm like, this is just too overbought, man. And what happened? I saved myself the 5% that I made. I made 5%, and I could have lost 5%. And then on the Dodge, I made about 5%. And look at that, it's down 14 today. So my buy was correct, and my sell was correct on the crypto. Look at Vanguard here, and I was thinking this morning, I'm like, I could retest this, but at the same time, when I look at this, I'm like 0.19%, and look where it is now when I let go. 0.25. It's less than it's moving like nothing. So when you see this on the daily, when you think, oh, it's more drastic, you can look at the 1 week and you're, oh, yeah, we're still insanely bullish. There's no breakdown or anything of structure. Look at the 1 month. The 1 month, tons of consolidation, broke down. Where do we broke down to? Previous supports, previous consolidation areas. And where is this? It's a leg up, like a channel up from the previous support. And look at this one. Previous support was right here. And I mean, I guess you couldn't. It was hard to kind of figure this out, but I mean, it's it's going to be relatively above the previous resistance or here. And this is 419. And, oh, sorry, we're looking at SPY. That's 419, and we bounced off of a higher than 419. That's 518. Bounced off at 525 on SPY or VOO, and yeah, you can kind of just see how it works. And 519 here. We had a 5. We don't want to, it's not going to bounce off 519. It bounces off 522, which is a few dollars higher. This often happens. This is a pattern you'll see often. This type of chart reading, technical analysis, it works. It does work, but it doesn't work on stocks that are not, the most liquid. This is VOO and SPY. I mean, VOO is basically SPY. This is the top stock in the world, number 1. No, there's nothing above it. So it's going to be predictable. It's going to be the most liquid, the most, it's not the least manipulated. And if it is manipulated, why? Is there actual stuff? Is there a war going on? Maybe there is. Maybe something new, some crazy stuff happening. China get invaded. Yes, it'll affect the market. But look at that. Why did this move? This is November 1st to November 4th. November 4th, we had a 6% gain from the Trump win. And that basically put us in a new channel, I believe. And I think the new channel is right around here. I think the buy on SPY is like 530, 525. That's 22. That's about a 3%, 4% drop from highs on SPY. And that would be bad for Microsoft if SPY dropped like 4%. Oh, we're holding up here. That's nice. Because when you look at the 1 week, when you hold up here, it's showing that there is some consolidation up here above this. So it's showing that we're bullish, but I feel like we should reclaim half the move a little bit. I mean, shit. Honestly, it could just keep going higher from here. 420, it's looking nice right now. And I'll give you guys an update in the future, near future. And I'm a little crazy for that. I was feeling a little crazy for buying 42K worth of Microsoft, having a 15K margin. And this morning I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to sell for a $30 loss, close out this so I'm not locked in at $330 for the next 4 days. If it goes up like 1 or 2% in the next 4 days, I'm going to make more than $330. You know, I'll make a couple thousand. So let's do that. And, all right, so it's nearly 30 cents from the top. So we are getting rejected at 420. That's pretty good though. Look at this. We're still in this range though. Where did we bounce off of? 419. 419. This is 7:30 a.m. 8 a.m. Let's look at the morning candle. From 6:30 to 7:30, roughly. It went from, we had a huge green candle from previous day open, and then 1 hour later we're still holding on this high. And I look at the weekday, and typically when I see a kind of large move on Microsoft, like how we are here, like capitulation, we're moving out of the range, especially being above 435, that tells you something, tells you we're extremely bullish at the moment. In the short term, it's a good sign. If you look at previous resistances, I mean, we can make this shape once more. But we can make this shape too, downtrend. Go from 3 to 1, go down 3%, down 3-4%, from 3, yeah, potentially 3-4% negative. 3% would be pretty bad. That's 63K. Let's go 4%. You could potentially lose 2,500 in the short term, but that's not really that scary. 2,500, I would only be down 7, 8, 9. I'd be back. I'll still be only down less than 10K. I'm comfortable with that, and I'll just be patient. And I believe Microsoft is pretty nice. Oh, it's some Middle Eastern lady talking. Yeah, I'm still at my 9 to 5. I'm on a security job right now. I tell you guys in every video because I feel like you guys forget. Like I'm not like, oh, master trader, this guy has so much money, dude. I made the 25K with my 9 to 5 over years. You can do the same thing. 20 bucks an hour, 15 an hour, 25 an hour, whatever it is. Just save most of your money. It's not that hard. You're spending most of your money on something, or a third of your money on something, or whatever, lower that. Oh, my rent is $2,500. I only make $3,000 a month. Stop living above your means, buddy. You need to live below your means. Yes, you're gonna have to live in a shittier place because you don't make enough money. Go make more money, or lower your expenses. Do whatever you got to do. I'm doing that, and I'm using margin. There's 35K margin right here. I'm borrowing, but it says margin status low risk. You have $18,000 margin buffer. Let's view the details. So I can lose about $18,000. Let's say 14. Let's say 15. Your available margin is 14. So I can lose 15K, and it won't make me give back the money yet, which is awesome. So let's say 15K loss on Microsoft. Okay, let's go to an extreme. So on the 1 year chart, let's say there's a large war or something. 400. This is probably where it would bounce. 400. Or I mean, we've had a huge move here, so we're probably not going to go that low. I mean, we went to 406. That does make sense though. After this huge dip buy, and then we are getting back in the consolidation. This really is the buy. 416, 415, but 419. It's like right there. It's right. I think we need to break out of this channel back. I mean, eventually it's going to break out, but obviously we're still in the channel of this like 410 to 420, and resistance right now is 425. But we will break above this 425 eventually. And when we do, I mean, there's tons of chop here. I mean, like, you have we don't have a higher high here, I'm not going to lie. But we know resistance 440, 440, 432. The resistance is very close to the previous one, 432, 435. Could potentially, get all the way up here before getting rejected. Like, if we made a run to this 19% to 12, that's 7, 8, 9, 7%. If we make a 7% gain on this 63K, $4,000 or 4,400. That's gorgeous. Imagine 4,400. I'm down 7. Now I'm only down 3, and that's basically would be a 50% gain on what I'm down right now. Oh yeah, pretty much. I have 36K in the account. I have 63K on Microsoft, and all I need is like nice little runner. And this is something that's been lagging. It's like, when's the last time it made this insane move? June. I mean, it did it in literally 2 months. It took it to get to highs, and then previously consolidating January, February, March, April, May. So it took 3 months for it to have capitulation, a large down move or a large up move, and then from the bottom, April, May, June, July, about 3 months, and then 1, 2, 3, about 3 months, huge move, 1, 2, 3, about 3 months, and I think a large move is coming. I want to say, I've been saying that I believe we're going to have a downturn, a correction on VOO, because VOO is so overbought. But look at Microsoft. Microsoft is not overbought. And look at this. I wish I can draw a line right here. But if you go to the points right here, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're like, as long as we stay above this 406, and we are, like, they're so, like, it's just beautiful. I feel like Microsoft is gorgeous. Potentially like 410, 415. I mean, the 410 is the previous channel. 415, 13% on the 415, and then 12%. So it's 3% difference from the previous channel to the new channel. 3%, and then where we are now, it's 14%. We're at like the 415, 416 channel. So 13%. It's 1% higher. Like, I love how the range is so tight, because when it does make a nice move, like, we can go from here, and I mean, typically it breaks down when it has this pattern here, and it's going to break down to like a 410 or 415. But like we just did, though, 425, we got rejected here. Where do we go? We went to the previous. We went about 418. I mean, shit, 418. I mean, we bounce off 418, bounce off here, potentially come back to about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks until we get that from a down move. It's been 31st. About 2 weeks. Look at that. We're on the 12th from the 1st, October 31st from the 1st, the 12th. So I think a few more days. It's 12th. I'm gonna give it another week, and I think in a week I can get some nice move here. If we go back to previous resistance, or I think the new resistance is going to be like here, just 7. We can get a 4% move. That'd be gorgeous. 63,000 plus 4%. Make a little 2,500. Little 2,500. It's only going to be down like 5K. Gorgeous. So that's the plan here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. All right, guys. See you in the next video. And this is my Microsoft play. This is 87.5% of my portfolio. It's actually 200% of the portfolio, because we're 35K margin, and it's a 36K account. And we have 62K on Microsoft. But it's Microsoft. And never use the buy rating thing, but even just looking at the buy rating, like, why is the buy rating so high? It's high as fuck, 93%, excuse my language, but it's high as fuck, and we're just at a midpoint, 416. Look at that. What is so gorgeous is that I look at this before it breaks down. I look right here before it breaks down. That's 417, 415, a little bit higher, 415, and then what's this? Look at the base. The base is 424. We got rejected at 420. We're getting rejected at the base, so it's not ready to make this high yet. But we're still consolidating. We're a slightly higher base of here. 418, 426 resistance. The next resistance is going to be pretty much 444. I mean, that's 20%. I mean, that's 6% move. That if we make 6%, it's just a beautiful looking chart. It's nearly $4,000. And then 4,800 profit potentially, minus like the 7K I'm down. Jesus Christ, that would be a beautiful gain. Only be down 2K. And you know, what did I do last time? I don't know if you guys saw my Amazon video. Luckily, if you are getting to this late in the video, love you guys. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you like the video, or you know, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, you know, just chill, put on one of my videos, you know, get some education, see what a madman like me, 26-year-old guy with his 9 to 5 is just fucking, you know, doing this shit. Hey man, you know, we only live one life, and time moves quick. And, you know, they say, oh, you know, you do want to take some risk in life, but what people end up doing is they take way too much risk. I had a friend I'm trying to get into the stock market and stuff, trying to help him, you know, he's going to be putting in, you know, $100 a week, something small or whatever, compared to me, $1,000 a month or whatever I'm doing. Even if he's putting $400 a week, it's still good, it's amazing, but he needs to be, you know, invested in SPY over 10, 20 years, or, you know, try to, if you have a little bit of skill, like me, you know, but it takes time to know how to not really lose money and be patient and careful. You know, you can do kind of what I'm doing, but I'm willing to take a little bit of extra risk. But to me, what I've learned, a little bit of extra risk is a tiny bit of risk, slight moves up and down. It's a tiny bit of risk, and you're buying something, you know, hopefully we can come back on the higher channel. But look at this channel right here. Let's see, it starts on the 30th, let's say. It's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Let's start again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. It's been 10 months of consolidation. What do we have here? 2020s. Before a large move right here. The new move is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. 10 months before making a new high. So potentially a new high above this. And then it went to the previous resistance, which is... So it made a new high above this, basically. And the resistance was... It fell around, like, here. Which is like a... I mean, so it looks like... I mean, if we make a new high... Could potentially make... It's 27 to 14, where we are now. 13. Let's say it's a 15% move to new highs. 15% move to new highs. It would probably fall on the new support here. So 18% to 27. 18 minus 27. So it would get a roughly 5-10% pullback after it made a 15% run. But now we're at the higher channel. You're like, oh, I'm gonna wait till it comes back here, and then the new channel is above this. The new channel is above this because there's so much consolidation. You know, 15. And the new channel, like, because why do you think I'm buying right here? Look, 15% on the year to date. 15%. Roughly 15%. The base of this. 15%, 16, 14, 15. Where are we now? About 14. I'm buying at a potential resistance or new support. And since I've been talking, I mean, it's not looking bad. But short term, it's not telling you much. But I love this consolidation. I see this consolidation right around here before I made a huge move, and I'm like, dude, you kidding me? Come on, buddy. It's looking gorgeous. But we could wake up tomorrow and be down 1,000, 2,000, whatever. But hopefully that's not what's going to go on here. But yeah, it's looking good so far. I'll let you guys know an update tomorrow and every day this week. Check in for a new video. If you made it this far, subscribe to the channel because it's free. And knowledge is free, and what's not free is the 5 years I spent waking up at 6 a.m. trying to figure this shit out, losing money for the last 4 years until I got some common sense and tried to actually make some money. Past year we're up 25%. Year to date, 18. Past 3 months, 22%. Gorgeous, 6,700. The past 1 month, 2,100. I don't. No, I do make more than 2,100 a month, but I don't make no 1,500 a week. I can tell you that. I don't make no 1,500 a week at my job. My job, we're making less than 700 a week, maybe 700 a week, and that's $20 an hour. And I'm not sure. Oh, I'm making 700. No, I'm at work for 40 hours, 8 hours a day, half an hour driving, half an hour. This shit matters. So when you get good at a skill, or just, I'm not a financial advisor, don't follow my trades, but I'm just showing you what I'm doing, give you an idea, and this is what I'm willing to do with the skill that the knowledge and the skill, and this is what I'm willing to risk. This is my risk level. I'm willing to, what I'm willing to do. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait. That's all you can do. And as I said before, I have a 15%. I can lose up to 15K before it tells me to. I can, but I don't want to. But I can lose up to 15K before it tells me to fuck off, pay all this shit back, and you lost 15K. Parents dropping off their kids. I probably gotta fucking close the gate soon. Okay, so I can lose up to 15K. What does 15K look like? 60. Let's say 418.50 average. For 1850 minus, well, it's times 100, so 15% would be, okay, no, let's go times 100 minus 20%. Even if I lose 20%, no, wait a minute, I don't have 100 shares. I got 63K. So I got 150 times 419.50. Let's say our average is around here. So yeah, it's about 63K. Okay, and then minus 15,000. Be at 47. Divide that by 150. 319. So it literally needs to crash to 319 or around 300 for me to lose money or be forced to sell, and that's not happening. Even if it crashes from, the base is pretty much right here. The base. And you can say it's been dancing around the base. Even this move, 174 under the base from 178, it's 4% move. Even a real dip for them is 4%. Just don't buy at the highs, 192 to 70, 80, it's 20%. So it makes 20% off highs. And there's a huge high here. And I'm buying at the base, basically. And it's okay, 410. I bought the 410 base, 189%. So I bought an 8% above the base. So I have about 8% down. I could potentially lose, but look at the upside, 90. It's about 30% upside. And yeah, it's a nice. I don't know. It seems like a good play to me. So I'm taking it. But again, subscribe if you want to. It's free, absolutely free. Get some free information. And this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to see a man that's willing to put his shit on the line. 35K margin, 25K of my own money. Not just margin, but also all of my money, all of my life. I'm putting on this play because I'm bro, I believe it's safe, so I'm doing it. Hopefully, president just doesn't get killed or something doesn't insane happen that drops the company. And owner of Microsoft, Bill Gates, that guy's having a bunch of issues. But guess what? That guy doesn't really own Microsoft. He owns 1%. He has 40 billion in 1% of the shares. This guy doesn't do nothing. It's the investors, it's the large people, it's the CEOs that own it now. And dude, look at its track record. 1 month, it's down 0.5%. In the 1 month, the high is 3.5%, the low is 3.5%. It's gorgeous. 3 months, the high is 7, the low is 1. The 1 year, the high is 27%, the low is flat for the 1 year. 5 years, the high is 220%, the low is 5%. And the max, look at this. It basically looks like SPY, but with a little bit more consolidation in the sense of, right here. People say, 420, 413, 410. We're at 419, buddy. Look at this. The last super sharp move, 390 to nearly 450. And then where did it come down from there? From the largest spike here, where did it come down? Boom. 401, 400. It's like 10% down from where we are. 10% on 6,300. Yes, I can lose 6K. 63K. And it's 10%. Yes. Yes, you can lose 6,000. But what's the upside? Upside is potentially 6K. And 6K loss, I can take a 15K loss. I don't want to, definitely don't want to. I don't want to be down 20K again. But if I am, what happens? It's Microsoft. It's not Neo stock, it's not, GM, it's not some bullshit. Microsoft. Even if there's a massive, say I'm buying right here. This looks like this consolidation. I'm buying right here. Oh, I'm buying right here. And then 100% down to 50. Even if you lose 50% of the move. I mean, that's 30K. That's a huge move. I mean, this is COVID. This is a pandemic. Are we going to have another pandemic under Trump when Trump has a full sweep of the House? He has nearly full control of the United States right now. He's about to get it. If he doesn't die, nothing really serious happens. Most likely, we're going to get a nice smooth chop, or, like I said, even if we get a correction, worst comes to worst, probably bounce off like 410, and that's like 4% down where we are, even 5% down. What is 5%? I told you 10% on, 5% is like 3K down. I can handle up to 15K. So you need to really make sure whatever play you're doing is as safe as possible. And I'm doing this on Microsoft. As I said, you can do it on, like a NVIDIA. NVIDIA's insane, man, insanely bullish. Okay, but it's Microsoft. I mean, there's a ton of consolidation here, and there's a huge move here, but it's just, I don't know. The range is so huge. I just don't want to risk it. The range is too large. People are assuming, the dip buys here at like 125 maybe. The previous channel, bounce off the previous channel. But like, that's like a 50, 60%. I don't know. It's just more volatile. But I mean, it's insanely bullish. Microsoft. I mean, NVIDIA is not a bad. It's definitely one of the best companies in the world. It's definitely an amazing buy. If you buy it, probably dollar cost average, the entire year, you'll probably be up. I bought a $500 or like one share at the time before it split when Nancy Pelosi was, some crazy shit going on. She was buying it. She was kind of, she was in office and she's doing some like illegal trading. I'm like, I'll buy a share, and it split to 10, and I bought 2 more, and then I was up like 170%. Now I'm still up 125%. It's $1,000 printed out of thin air. And it's like, but you lost 7K. It's like, yes, but I also know how to make money. So if I'm just, I don't take too much risk like I was before. I don't think, this is probably going to happen. I'm just going to, I'm probably going to get lucky. You can kind of do that, probably this, probably that, in the long term, medium term. But in the very short term, especially on things that are more volatile, good luck, buddy. Like my friend with Dogecoin. Dogecoin's up crazy. But you see how it pulled back 14% in one day? Not in 1 year, not in 6 months, not in 4 months, not in 2 months. In one day, 15%? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not putting that much money on Microsoft. where are we here? Let's scroll down here. Microsoft, fair value 490. Price per, basically the fair value is 490 because I just looked up previously tip ranks, all these things. Price predictions are pretty not accurate, but they kind of are. So they do typically hit more than they don't. And 490, dude. Where's 490? Oh, that's a little bit above previous highs. And what's that? 27 to 14. Plus another 7% is 20%. Hold on. That high was like 460 plus 5%. Look at that. A little 6%. That's pretty much 490. 6% move off all-time highs. But looks pretty great. Alright guys, again, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment if you need some help. If you're curious about the stock, I'll tell you if it's smash or pass, boom or doom. That was pretty bad, pretty cringe, but you get the gist. But alright guys, take care. I love you. Hope you guys make money, and I hope I make money. Let's do it. 9 to 5 to riches, man. We're going to get rich.